The trade concerns that have been pressuring the market lately also pressured shares of Macy's today after the CEO said that escalating tensions could hurt its business. And that shifted the focus away from the company's better-than-expected quarterly results this morning. Courtney Reagan has more on the retailer's quarter.
First, the good news. Macy's grew comparable sales for the 6th straight quarter and logged its 39th straight quarter of double-digit online sales growth. Now the bad. While tariffs currently in place haven't had a big impact on Macy's so far, that could change if the Trump administration puts tariffs on the remaining $300 billion worth of Chinese imports, including clothing and shoes. On its conference call, CEO Jeff Gennette says Macy's has been working with manufacturing and brand partners to minimize the impact to shoppers.
Looking at all those categories and those brands that are included, it is hard to do the math to find a path that gets you to a place where you don't have a customer impact. It's too early to comment on what we think that's going to mean in terms of potential price increases and what categories are going to be more affected than others.
People will try to raise price, but we have an oversupply worldwide of product. And so there's a downward pressure. There's a lot of ability to substitute. They just won't be able to get the consumer to pay it.
At this point, Macy's isn't factoring in how the possibility of higher prices from tariffs could curb spending or weigh on its profitability, instead reaffirming its full-year earnings and sales guidance based on the current conditions.
The unknown is if we really ramp up to this additional $300 billion, I don't think that would be priced into to really any of my coverage, in that it more or less would wipe out an entire year of earnings if that really were the case.
Beyond tariffs, Gennette says the U.S. consumer is still healthy, with still rising wages, and confidence is still there. While there are fewer economic tailwinds this year than last, Gennette told me he believes Macy's can compete in this environment. But while Macy's most loyal customers are shopping more frequently than ever, the retailer has work to do to get the occasional shopper, particularly the millennial female, to spend more.
The consumer, as their wages aren't going up quite as much anymore, is probably a little more discerning with what they're buying.
So while Macy's had a good start to the year, a more discerning consumer faced with the possibility of higher prices from tariffs is a big challenge for the remainder of 2019. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Courtney Reagan.